and that's the standard in our league. So I do feel like, from a positive, felt like we started out fast. We executed at a really good clip, really on both sides of the ball through the first quarter and a half. The real story of the game is third downs. Defensively in the first half, we couldn't get off the field. Offensively, didn't do quite enough to go finish drives off. And then I thought in the second half, third downs, again, offensively, we didn't execute. And defensively, I thought we bowed up a little bit on third down, but just wore down in a lot of ways, really on both sides of the ball. And you could say short week, you could say a lot of different things. We didn't play as well as we needed to, and that's disappointing. I told the guys in the locker room after the game, we're going to be back in that moment as a program, and we'll be ready to go take that moment. And right now, we just aren't. I think a lot of different factors: depth, maturity. Thought we were confident. I thought we had a really solid week. But as it goes, you got to continue to be able to strain to go finish, and we just didn't have it. So we'll go back. We'll regroup. We'll bounce back. We got a meaningful game at Ray J here on Saturday to go keep playing. That's what I told these guys. You got a shot to go keep playing. And the seniors deserve it. This program deserves it, all the crap it's been through. We're going to find a way to go and put one together next week. But again, a lot of credit to Jeff and that crew. Man, it's a good football team. They play hard. They're sound. They're deep. They're old. And at whatever point we're ready as a program, we'll be there as well. So I'm excited and certainly not dejected in any way. Questions?
When you refer to maturity, is it just a matter of there's just experiences and experience you've got to go through to get to a point, and you can't shortcut through it? You just got to go through it.
Yeah, you've got to lay a foundation for something, and man, the reason why I'm probably more energized now than I've ever been is because I feel like we are laying a foundation. We're laying a foundation of what we want to look like. Want to play harder for longer. Want to be physical. And at whatever point we're ready to do that, we'll be there. But you've got a group of guys that are bought in and a group of guys that are going to do whatever you ask of them. But in a lot of ways, it's still coach-led. There's a handful of guys that have grown up so much, and there's so many stories to tell in that regard, but just not enough. And as you build a program and you end up with whatever they had, 21 seniors that have been through the hard and are now on the other side of it, and it's not that it's easy on the other side of it either, but you're laying a foundation for what you expect to be an elite level program, and whether we're ahead of schedule, behind schedule, we're on schedule, we're on our schedule right now to get there as fast as we can, and it'll come, and we're in a race against ourselves to get there.
When UTSA, you guys matched them score for score in that first quarter, 14-14 game. They get the long touchdown, and then they get that 14-point swing between the second and third quarter to end and finish the half. How did you feel? Was that stretch kind of backbreaking for you?
Yeah, I don't think it's backbreaking. I think you want to have a team that just continues to play the next play, regardless of the score, regardless of the situation. I thought we came in at half, thought we made some adjustments on both sides of the ball to go and be able to sustain drives offensively, to be able to get them off the field defensively. I thought the fact that we couldn't sustain drives in the third quarter kept putting our defense in tough spots, and the 2 turnovers don't help. But the one meaningful one at the beginning, like that stuff doesn't help. Not being able to convert on third down on offense in the third quarter was what I thought was backbreaking, more so than the 14-point swing. What we do offensively, you've got the ability to go get back in it. Just didn't make enough plays. We had drops, which has been uncharacteristic of what we are. got a good pass rush, so I thought our timing was off just a little bit. But all things that are fixable as you continue to grow, and we'll continue to fix them. And I thought offensively, Byram could just continue to fight and fight and fight, which is what you'd expect from Byram. I thought defensively kept swinging, just wore down. And so we'll continue to get better there.
For a guy like Tavin Ward, who they consistently tried on the outside tonight in a lot of one-on-one situations with pretty much a top 2 receiver in the conference in Cephas, just, what did you see out of him in that spot? Yeah,
you were watching Tav grow in front of you. Your very eyes, competitive, tough, gritty. Got tested a week ago, got tested today. I thought continued to step up and make plays. The story of the game there is got the opportunity to affect the quarterback a bunch and didn't. And then a kid like him gets out of the pocket and creates and creates and creates. I thought more so that was an issue than Tavin in any way. Obviously, Tavin's got to continue to grow, but I trust Tavin. That's why Tavin's in there. As a program, we trust Tavin. Does everything right, works hard, grinds. Tavin's what you want. And but again, you're playing a quarterback like that who's as special as they come and as competitive as they come, and the ability to run with the football, the ability to extend plays. You got to hang on forever. You got to be able to affect them more so than we did.
Your second touchdown was a beautiful touchdown grab by Yusuf Terry. The line gave Byram time to throw, and it appeared Naquan Wright picked up a blitzer, giving him even more time to throw. I mean, as positives go, is that something you can hang on to, the execution of that?
Yeah, it was a solid play that got executed. There's a handful of it. You don't necessarily live on the deep ball, but it was cover 0. Byram made the right check. Like you said, Naquan picked it up. It's hard to live in that world consistently, but that's what we're built to do. If you're going to pressure like that, we got to be able to pick it up. We got to give him enough time, and then the wideout's got to go make plays. And UE, this is his second game back. He's missed most of the year. I thought he continued to fight and continues to get better, and we'll continue to count on him.
The missed tackles on defense, I know it's a constant subject. Where do you go from here with that? I mean, you're trying everything you can.
Yeah, continue to practice like crazy, continue to pour into them, continue to love them, continue to demand greatness out of them. But I see the same thing you see. I know we're working as hard as we imaginably can. I think a lot of that is confidence. I think a lot of that is strength. I think a lot of that is the ability to understand what's happening so you're not behind the play. I think there's a lot that goes into it.
Obviously, one game to go matters for bowl eligibility. When you looked around that locker room tonight, did you see fire in some of those guys' eyes that hopefully spreads to the rest of the guys that may not have it?
Yeah, I don't see a team that's dejected in any way. I think if anything, like you said, some of the guys, I think the guys were there's 78 of them here today. 78 of them were all in to getting it done today. We've got a foundation laid for dudes that'll go swing, and I'm confident that we'll be fine there.
Andrew, let's take questions online.
Peter Blake.
Coach, how disappointed were you with the officiating in this game? It looked like a couple times there were some egregious calls. Just in my opinion, if you look at the replay, you seemed like you were a little bit upset. So what can you say about the officiating in this game? How disappointed were you?
Yeah, that is what it is. That's out of our control, and the only thing I care about is what's in our control. Obviously, it would have been nice at a critical moment in the game to have the interception there. The call's the call. They'll review it, watch it, and I guess continue to get better. I don't know. But I'm more worried about what we can control, which is our attitude, our effort, our ability to execute on offense, our ability to play harder for longer on defense, and that is what it is. There's nothing you can do there.
What can you take out of this game? I know it's a tough loss, but you have one remaining here. You always talk about process. What do you take out of this loss for a learning moment for your
Yeah, I think they're all learning moments. Whether it's year 1 or year 4, they're all learning moments. For us in year 1, more than anything else I care about is, 1, that we're sound on all 3 sides of the ball, 2, our effort and our ability to go play harder than our opponent. Those are the things that, again, we talk about laying a foundation. That's what I care about. How you do that is your process, like you said. I mean, it's what your week looks like. It's your ability to work so hard that you're confident going into these matchups, and they're all part of our foundation. They're all part of us growing. I'm not happy we lose by any means, but I do think we continue to grow and you keep learning. And like I said at the beginning, you point to this and you say, literally what I believe in is that at whatever point we're ready for that moment again, we'll have that moment and we'll have the ability to go execute at a high clip and go win these games. So there's a ton to learn from, and more than anything, it's our execution offensively, it's our effort defensively, it's how sound are we on all 3 sides of the ball. And you continue to teach like crazy. Every single play you teach, and then you demand that it gets better. And right now, in a lot of ways, it's the coaches demanding it. In elite programs, it's the players demanding it. That's our job, is to continue to instill that in the players, continue to let them grow as leaders. And when we get that opportunity again, we'll be more ready than we certainly were tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
Any other questions for Coach on Zoom? You guys raise your hands. All right, I think we're good, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
How y'all doing?
What's your emotions after this one?
I mean, after every loss, you know, it's hard. Nobody likes losing, especially, you know, like with the things we're trying to do with this program, turning around, it's hard, man. But all I can ask is for the guys, when we watch the film, if like we see guys playing hard until the clock hit all zeros. Yeah.
So what's the mentality now? You got, it's obvious you got one game, everybody knows what's at stake. You need to put this behind you and recover. What do you need to happen this week to make it successful next weekend?
We're going to come in and watch the film, fix all the mistakes. And like you say, we know what's at stake with this last game. And this last game is going to be it's a big step in the direction we want to go with building this program up. And like I say, just when we go in, watch the film, move on, make the corrections and move on. And we, head to Charlotte and get on that.
For, their quarterback, obviously an electric player with his legs, with his arms, is what made him so difficult tonight.
Like you said, he was electric. I feel like that's like one of the most dynamic quarterbacks we played all year. Dude can throw, can run. He's a great player. I just seen him in the hallway. He had a great career here. So I just told him, real respect the player, watching film on him. We respected that guy a lot. In practice, we had specific drills just on trying to maintain him because we know how dynamic of a player he was. So it was, kind of tough trying to keep him in the pocket and stuff like that.
You guys match, you go score for score with them offensively, and then they go on a big run of unanswered points. Just kind of what happened in the middle portion of that game that kind of led to that run?
I feel like we sometimes, I know Coach talk about it a lot, don't get too high and get too low. I feel like we just got too much caught up in trying to do that. I feel like it was a lot of times when we tried to, just make plays instead of just doing our job and playing on one accord on defense. So, like I say, it's a lot of adjustments we need to go make before next week. We all know what's at stake, so, yeah.
Coach was using the word maturity, and he's used it before the last few weeks about, the team isn't quite mature enough to do certain things. Like tonight, you were up 14-7, you got them on 4th down twice.
Yeah.
And then they hit some explosives. Is that just a matter of just not quite ready to to play that complete game and do that consistently? It's more up and down.
Yeah, that just come with, trying to build a program. Like, we just played a team, like, who's built their program up. Like, when I went out there for warm-ups, I look up at the banners. They 2-year back-to-back champions, and to see how they came into this new conference, and, to see the things that they doing undefeated in the conference, is just learning how to win, and, learning how to go up and stay up. And I feel like they do a good job with that. They was down, but, they used to winning, so it's like they've been there before, and they know what it takes to, finish the game out. And I feel like that's what we got to get better at as time go on. And it's been times like, where we kind of peaked, and we like, okay, we here, but we got to learn how to get there and just stay there.
Andrew, let's take questions from Zoom.
Aaron, I see you have your hand raised.
So Rashad, I guess my question for you comes from a few weeks back. I remember you mentioning about how you can kind of take better care of your mental health after the results of certain games. How has that process been for you this year? How have you been able to take care of your mental health in terms of blocking out the outside noise after, I guess, a quote-unquote roller coaster that you've been on this season?
It's been hard, man. After every game, no matter we win or not, I feel like it's a lot more that I can give to my team, and especially losing. And like, I'm one of the guys people look up to, and one of the guys like the coaches, like, who put in place to be a leader of the team. And I carry that well, and that's what I signed up for. So I'm always thinking about what I could have did better to help us get the victory or whatever. But I can't sit right there and dwell on that all the time. Like I said, just moving on and, just, trying to come out to practice next week and get the guys ready. So it's been, like up and down pretty much.
Peter?
Yeah, you said that you need to make some adjustments. Do you feel like your defense not only needs to get off the field more, but also needs to cause more turnovers? No turnovers tonight, of course, credit to the other team, but do you feel like that's what your unit needs to work on going forward, is causing more turnovers?
Oh, yes, sir. Causing turnovers lead to a lot of momentum in the game. Just getting off like you said, getting off the field on third down. I feel like in the beginning of the game, we were stopping the run early, stopping the run real good, but those third downs is where, like, we struggled at. And, just, like, not point fingers at guys or whatever, including myself. It was times where, I was out of place. But, like I said, that come from the preparation. And, Coach talk about a lot, like, guys going in and doing stuff on their own and just trusting your teammates. And that's really pretty much where that comes from. I feel like each week, like, no matter the outcome, guys come in really ready to work, but that's just part of, like, just being young and just really learning how to win, just guys really learning how to prepare for a game. And it's like, it's something new to the program, like, for us, like, Coach just coming in and really preaching that. And, like, every week is guys, we get more and more guys coming up, doing stuff on their own.
With pressure, do you guys think you got enough pressure tonight, because you did bring the blitz a couple times, just not getting home? Would you improve that, or how do you think you need to improve that going into Charlotte next week, getting more pressure?
I feel like the pressure and the back end go hand in hand. Of course, it was times where I feel like the D-line, we could have got home more to help those guys out. And then sometimes those guys can cover a little more when we, like, this close away from getting there. So it's just really just going hand in hand and us working, like, as one from the front and the back.
All right, we're good on Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashad.
Thanks, Rashad.
Y'all have a good one.
Southern.
Take questions from Byron.
You're leading this game 14-7. How do you think it got away from you?
Can only speak for our offensive side of the ball. We just weren't executing on our plays, shooting ourselves in the foot, getting behind the chains, and having third and long. So got to be better there, and I got to be better with protecting the ball. So that's all. That's all I kind of know.
Yeah, you executed very well on your first 2 touchdown drives, and then it sort of went away. And Coach mentions the maturity word a lot. Is that an example of, you guys just need to get more mature, more better at executing more consistently? Because it seems like it's there and then it goes away.
Yeah, just gotta play for 60 minutes, be consistent all 60 minutes, and ultimately that's what we're straining to do and trying to do, and fell short today. So we'll get back in the lab and be better next week.
Obviously, that's a team that has been, kind of building and building and building their program into what it is today. What can you take away from a program like that that's established like UTSA is?
Pretty sure they didn't start off all good when they were in their building stage. So just continue to build, trust the process, and just believe in the guys around us. I mean, we know where we're going, and we know that we're very capable of beating a team of that caliber. They're a great team, but we just do execute on our ends, and it'll be a different result. And I think our whole locker room will attest to that.